My mother put down her wine glass and looked across the table at me. When are you going to get a respectable job? My sister smirked. My father nodded. You know, Mom continued, something stable. Like your sister. I had my laptop bag next to my chair. Inside it was my quarterly tax return. $186,000. Net profit. 3 months of work. They had no idea. But that dinner wasn't the beginning. 3 months earlier, they'd asked me for money. $35,000 to be exact. And when I said no, they declared war. What happens when your family tries to humiliate you in public, sends you a fake invoice for $42,000, and assumes you're too weak to fight back? You show them the receipts. Every single one. Where are you watching from, and what time is it there? Drop it in the comments. And if family drama keeps you up at night like it does me, hit that subscribe button. You're going to want to see how this ends. Let me take you back to where it started. I grew up in the shadow of my sister Claire. Valedictorian, full ride to a state school. Medical track, then she switched to law. My parents flew across the country for her bar admission ceremony. Me? I liked computers. I taught myself to code when I was 14. I freelanced through community college because that's all we could afford. Actually, that's all I could afford. I paid my own tuition. My parents never came to a single product launch, not one. By the time I was 23, I'd built a boutique consulting firm. App development. Brand strategy. Digital infrastructure for mid-size companies that didn't want to hire full-time devs. I had a mentor back then, a senior developer named Rick. He told me something I'll never forget. Document everything. Contracts, emails, payments, everything. So I did. Every invoice, every wire confirmation, every signed agreement. I kept it all. Claire's law school graduation portrait sat on my parents' mantle. My business license, filed in a drawer in my apartment. They never asked to see it. By the time that Sunday call came in March, I was making double what Claire billed at her firm. I just didn't talk about it, and they never asked. That was their first mistake. The call came on a Sunday morning. Dad's voice was cheerful. Too cheerful. We're investing in a family property. A lake house upstate. Claire's already in. We'd like you to contribute your share. How much? I asked. $35,000. Equal partners, all of us. I heard my mother in the background. It's time you contributed like an adult. I kept my voice level. Can you send me the LLC paperwork? The operating agreement? Silence. Then my father laughed. We're family. We don't need contracts. Claire got on the line. I could hear the smile in her voice. You probably can't afford it anyway. You know, with your little website gigs. Little website gigs. I closed my eyes. Send me the documents, I said. I'll review them and let you know. My father's tone shifted. We need an answer by Friday. Don't make this difficult. I said I'd think about it and hung up. That night, my mother texted me. We need your answer by Friday. Don't embarrass us in front of your sister again. Again. As if I'd ever had the chance. I spent Monday doing research. I pulled the county property records. The lake house was in my father's name only. No LLC, no operating agreement. No partnership structure at all. If I gave them $35,000, I'd own nothing. I wrote a polite email. I offered to help them set up a real legal structure. Equal equity. Transparent terms. I got a call from Claire 20 minutes later. You're being selfish. You've always been jealous of me. Just admit it. I didn't respond. Wednesday morning, my parents sent an email. But they didn't send it just to me. They copied the entire extended family, aunts, uncles, cousins, 20 people. The subject line, disappointed but not surprised. The body was worse. Unfortunately, our son has refused to support a family investment. We're disappointed, but not surprised, given his unstable career path. My phone exploded. Questions. Judgments. Pity. I sat at my desk, staring at the screen. For a moment, I thought maybe they were right. Maybe I was the problem. Then my accountant called. Hey, just a reminder, my accountant said. Q1 estimated taxes are due next week. You're sitting at about 186 net. Don't forget. $186,000. First quarter. 3 months? I pulled the file. There it was. Clean, documented, time-stamped. Then I kept digging. 2 years ago, I'd sent Claire $8,000. Venmo. The memo read, "Bar prep courses, pay you back in August." She never did. I had the screenshots, the bank records, everything. I didn't send them to anyone, not yet. Instead, I replied to my parents' email. Calm, professional. I'm happy to contribute to a legally structured family partnership with an operating agreement and equal equity. Let me know when you'd like my attorney to review the documents. I copied the same 20 people. I didn't hear anything for 3 days. I should have known that silence meant they were regrouping. Because what came next was uglier than I ever expected. Claire posted a story on social media the next day. No names, but the message was clear. It's hard when family members forget where they came from. The comments poured in, supportive, angry on her behalf. Then my mother called my ex-girlfriend. I don't know what she was looking for. Dirt, I guess. Anything to discredit me. It didn't work. But the fact that she tried made my stomach turn. Friday afternoon, my father sent a letter to my apartment. It looked official, itemized, professional. The heading read, "Outstanding Family Loans, $42,000. The list included childhood braces, car insurance from college, 2 family vacations, no signatures, no loan agreements, no terms, just a deadline, 10 days. I called a lawyer friend. "This is harassment," she said. "But fighting it will cost more than ignoring it. Unless you countersue." I stared at the letter. My chest felt tight. For years, I'd worked in silence. I'd built something real, and now they wanted to take it, piece by piece, because they could, or because they thought they could. I had 7 days left. I spent one of them in my file cabinet. I pulled every financial record I had. Starting from age 18, community college tuition paid in full. My freelance income, not a cent from them. I had the bursar's receipt. Car insurance age 19 to 23, my name. My credit card. Auto pay records for 4 straight years. The 2 family vacations on their invoice, one I wasn't even invited to. The other was a gift. From me to them. I had the Airbnb receipt. Flights booked under my card. The message I'd sent, "Enjoy Napa, Mom and Dad, love you." And the braces? I called the dental office. They pulled the file. Fully covered by insurance. 0 patient responsibility. Account closed in 2006. I had a letter from them within an hour. $42,000 in loans that never existed. I built a rebuttal packet. 40 pages. Every line sourced. Every claim demolished. I still didn't send it. Because I found something else. Something that explained everything. I ran a background check. Public records only. Completely legal. My father's name appeared on a county lien filing. $78,000. Owed to a contractor. Judgment entered 4 months earlier. Then I checked Claire's LinkedIn. Her law firm bio had been scrubbed. I pulled up an archived version. She'd left her old firm 8 months early. That's not normal for an associate on partnership track. A mutual friend confirmed it when I asked carefully. Claire had been passed over. She'd landed at a smaller firm. Half the salary. The lake house wasn't an investment. It was a cash grab. They needed to cover the lien. Claire needed to prop up her lifestyle. And they both assumed I was the weak link, the one who'd pay just to belong. They weren't protecting the family. They were protecting their image. And I was the easiest target. Now I knew exactly what to do. I hired an attorney. Not to sue, to document. We drafted a cease and desist for the fake invoice. And a formal demand letter for the $8,000 Claire owed me, plus interest. $8,680. Then I wrote an email. It went to the same 20 people my parents had copied. Aunts, uncles, cousins. I attached the rebuttal packet. The lien record. The loan repayment demand. The subject line. Setting the record straight. The body was 3 paragraphs. Calm. Factual. No anger. The closing line, I will not be contributing to undocumented ventures or paying fabricated debts. If you'd like to discuss a real, legally structured partnership, my attorney's contact information is below. I read it 5 times. I stripped out every emotional word. I let the document speak. Then I scheduled it to send Friday at 5 p.m., the exact deadline they'd given me. I hovered over the button. I took a breath. I clicked Schedule Send. I didn't have to wait long. The email sent at 5:01 p.m. By 5:45, I had 3 replies, all from aunts. All apologies. We had no idea. We're so sorry. You didn't deserve that. By 6:30, my uncle called me directly. I should have asked questions. I'm sorry I didn't. Claire sent a text at 7:15. You've humiliated us. I hope you're proud. I didn't reply. My father tried calling 8 times that night. I let everyone go to voicemail. My mother sent a single line. How could you do this? I responded once. I answered honestly. You invoice lies. Then I muted the thread. Monday morning, my attorney's cease and desist arrived at my parents' house via certified mail. Tuesday, my father's lawyer called my attorney. The words he used were, resolve this quietly. Translation, please don't make this public. My terms were simple. 1. A written apology to the family email thread. 2. Full repayment of the $8,680 Claire owed me. 3. A binding agreement that no further financial requests would ever be made. If they refused, I'd file in small claims court for the $8,000. And I'd CC the State Bar Association about Claire's involvement in the fabricated invoice. Potential ethics violation. Career risk. They agreed by Thursday. The apology email arrived Saturday morning. 4 sentences, flat, obligatory. I didn't reply. The Venmo payment hit my account an hour later. $8,680. From Claire. That was 6 months ago. I haven't spoken to my parents since, or to Claire. A few cousins still reach out. My uncle and I grab coffee every few weeks. Those relationships are real now. Built on respect, not obligation. My business kept growing. I hired 2 junior developers. We moved into a bigger office. I'm teaching them what Rick taught me. Document everything. The $8,680? I didn't spend it. I opened a dedicated savings account. It's earmarked for a nonprofit I'm founding, a coding bootcamp scholarship for first-generation college students. Kids who have to pay their own way. Kids like I was. The lake house? My parents never bought it. The deal fell through when I didn't contribute. I heard they sold the contract or backed out. I didn't ask. Claire changed firms again a few months ago. I didn't track it. She's not my problem anymore. I'm in therapy now. Learning that family is a practice, not a blood contract. Learning that I'm allowed to build my own version of it. Some days are harder than others, but I sleep better now. The receipts are filed away in a banker's box in my closet. I don't look at them, but I know they're there. The lesson stays close, though. Paper beats promises, silence beats spectacle, and respect isn't something you owe because of DNA. It's something you earn through honesty and enforce through boundaries. That dinner where my mother asked about a respectable job? It happened 2 weeks ago. I didn't bring my laptop bag this time. I didn't need to prove anything anymore. I just smiled and changed the subject. Because I don't owe them my success. I don't owe them my peace. And I definitely don't owe them an explanation. Here's my question for you. Have you ever had to set a hard boundary with family? What did it cost you and what did you gain? Drop your story in the comments. I read every single one. If this story landed for you, hit subscribe. There's more where this came from. And remember, your peace is worth more than their approval. This has been a fictionalized dramatization and is not legal or financial advice. Thank you for listening.